Steve 69. Mercury. Alright, we're gonna pull the carburetor off. Ooh. We'll pull the carburetor off. Go through it because we found it a little bit leaky. We found some vacuum leaks too along the base gasket and everything. So I'm gonna help get rid of that stumble. Ooh. I need to move money real quick. Right, gonna get this carb off. Get our nuts off here on the bottom. 7/16. These are factory original. Careful not to lose those. So we're gonna undo those four. Do the kick down lever here. Throttle return spring and the throttle cable, along with a couple vacuum lines, which we're going to carefully remove, and the hot air tube to the choke. So fun fact, this nut and its partner over there, they were so loose I was able to undo them by hand. That's probably why we've had a vacuum leak, but because we're this far, we're just gonna quickly go through the carb, make sure we don't have any leaks. Always am suspect of these accelerator pump gaskets. That'll be quick and easy. Just kind of give her the old once over real quick. All right, Steve's carb is pulled and sitting here on the bench. We'll get her just kind of quickie reseal. Gonna basically replace the main top gasket here, accelerator pump. I'm not gonna go too crazy here because there's really not much to these, and the carburetor itself was working fairly well. I think our main issue was the loose hardware for our vacuum leak, but we've got it off. I'm gonna reseal her anyway just to make sure. Surprisingly clean. I mean, there's a little scuzz in here in the fuel bowl, a little sediment, nothing too bad, but surprisingly clean overall. I know Steve has paperwork on this car that said this has been rebuilt in 2010. I mean, the car's maybe been driven 10 minutes after that, I'm assuming, so it's pretty clean, pretty fresh. You know, starting to dry out a little bit. The diaphragm's not horrible, actually. But we have new, we're gonna put in new. Gotta change out that power valve down there on the bottom too. But we're gonna rip into this the rest of the way. Gotta say, pretty clean. Not bad at all. Little spray out in here. We'll undo and replace our power valve down yonder here. And we'll put this little baby back together. All right. New power valve going in. Alrighty. And there's the gasket for its housing. All right. Got our boosters all reassembled. Remember that there's a check ball and then the rod that goes into your retaining screw here. So I usually put everything up on its side like this. That way you can slide it all in and be done with it. Also got our rubber there for the accelerator pump. Gonna install the new diaphragm and our spring. And away we go, boys and girls. Right, got our float back in, new needle and seat, and of course you secure the float around the outside of the seat. We are good to go there. Now we're gonna put our top on, hook up our choke linkage, put our other two screws in with our fuel bowl vent. And this is ready to go back on the car. Right, Steve's carb is back together. Easy. 2100, such an easy carb. All right, here's a little quick tip. On these Fords, this little gasket, just throw that over there. On these Fords, especially when they use the little spacer from the factory, you know, the carb heater, I always like to double up the gaskets top and bottom and coat them thoroughly with the spray copper coat. This helps them seal, for one, which was our issue here with Steve's car to begin with. And not only does it help it seal, it kind of just helps insulate just a little bit more. Not that, because this is going to get hot anyway with hot water going to the heater core, but it just helps keep things sealed up and a little more insulated. But not that that really matters unless you totally delete this by plugging these off and routing the heater core around, which I prefer, but we're keeping this car original, so we gotta live with it. But copper coat helps seal, helps keep it from being warped, cocked, anything else. So next step, we're gonna throw our carburetor on here. Carb is on and mounted. All ready to fire up. And make sure we're adjusted once we're up to temp. Just go through everything just like we did prior. Double check our timing. Do some idle mixture adjustments. Get this baby dialed in. Right, we've got Aquanetta, that's her name, all fired up with her freshly gone through carb. Gonna let her get up to temp. And she's pulling about 16.5 inches of vacuum right now, cold. We'll let her get up to temp. We'll do some adjustments to fuel mixture and timing. We'll be ready to go. Alright, we just verified our timing. Went in and adjusted our idle mixture. We're now at 18 inches of nice steady vacuum at idle. Baby's ready to roll. Solid. Cruising right along. Nice and steady at 55.